Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. Let's first meet the author. Anna Sewell was an English novelist who lived in the 19th century. At the age of 14, she slipped and severely injured her ankles. For the rest of her life, she had trouble walking and hence frequently used horse-drawn carriages, which contributed to her love of horses and concern for the humane treatment of animals. Black Beauty is her most famous work and considered one of the top 10 best-selling novels for children ever written. The novel Black Beauty is a unique tale narrated by a lovely, gentle horse named Black Beauty, beginning with his carefree days as a colt on an English farm with his mother, to his difficult life pulling cabs in London, to his happy retirement in the country. Along the way, he meets with many hardships and recounts many tales of cruelty and kindness. Each short chapter recounts an incident in Black Beauty's life containing a lesson or moral typically related to kindness, sympathy, and understanding treatment of horses. This chapter recounts his experiences in Birtwick Hall. Let's meet the main characters of the story. First we have Mistress, that is Mrs. Douglas. We also have Master, that's Mr. Douglas. They are both kind-hearted people. They are very good to people as well as animals. And they certainly want to make the lives of animals better. They are also very well-mannered people. The other characters in the stories are Mr. Sawyer. He's a rude, cruel and violent man. Captain Langley. He's polite and considerate. He's also a friend of Mr. Douglas. Let's first understand the backdrop of the story. Master and Mistress were good and kind to everybody and everything, humans and animals alike. If children in the village would be cruel towards animals, Master and Mistress would most definitely talk to them about it. Master and Farmer Gray had worked together for more than 20 years to get check reins on the cart horses done away with. If Mistress saw a heavily laden horse on the streets, she would politely tell the driver how foolish and cruel that was. Black Beauty was proud and happy to be in Birtwick Hall and learns lessons in kindness. Let's understand the first incident discussed in the story. One morning, on their way back home, Black Beauty and his master saw Mr. Sawyer being cruel and violent with his little bay, hurting him badly. Master immediately confronted him and asked him if the pony was also made of flesh and blood. He spoke to him about being kind and sympathetic towards animals, as it represents our own character and humanity more than that of the animal. Another incident happened another day when they met Captain Langley with a splendid pair of new horses. As soon as he got the opportunity, Master pointed out that Captain Langley should get rid of the check reins on them, just as he would not have the men of his regiment parade with their heads tied to a backboard. He also pointed out that just like humans, horses were also intended to have their heads free, and that would only be an act of common sense and kindness. Now let us read the tough words and their meanings from the chapter. Oppressed. It means to be treated cruelly or unfairly. Check reins. Short reins that prevent a horse from lowering its head. Heavily laden. Having to carry a heavy load. Bay. Reddish brown horse with a black mane and tail. Brutal. Cruel and violent. Grieved. Saddened. Slender. Gracefully thin. Sensitive. Quick to detect or respond to slight changes, signals or influences. Furiously. In an extremely angry manner. Dreadful. Extremely bad or serious. Plunge. Jump or dive quickly. It can also mean fall suddenly and uncontrollably. Stern. Strict and severe. Roughly. Harshly or violently. Creature. An animal or person. To witness. To see something happen. Injure. Hurt or harm. Splendid. Very impressive. Regiment. A unit of an army. Intent. Plan. To part. To move away from each other. Let's also look at some idioms and phrases used in the lesson. From the horse's mouth. It means from someone who has personal knowledge or experience. Do away with. It means to put an end to or remove. Take the same tone. Behave in a similar manner. Point of view. Perspective. Now that you've read the chapter and revised it again, let's answer these questions in short. Why is the narrator proud and happy about living at Birtwick Hall? Why does the master ask Sawyer if the pony was made of flesh and blood? What does the master try to convince Captain Langley to do? Now let's look at these questions, think about the answer and answer in detail. Name 3 farm animals and how they help us. How should we treat animals? The master says to Mr. Sawyer, by such anger you injure your own character more than you injure your horse. What does this mean? Why do you think the writer chose to tell the story from the point of view of Black Beauty, the horse? In writing skills, write a paragraph in about 100 words on your favorite sport, book or movie using the following questions. Which is your favorite sport, book or movie? Why is it your favorite? How frequently do you play, read or watch it? What makes it special? When did you start? Remember, you only have to do one of them. And this brings us to the end of the chapter Black Beauty from your English textbook. Hey, I think Black Beauty wants to say bye too. See you children. Have a nice day.